every Friday on our website. Red feather deep. Here's the receiver who breaks a tackle. It's Bovine. Brantley trying to catch him. He won't. And Oklahoma City on the first play of their next drive busts it loose and they regain the lead. Are you kidding me? Tiberius Bovine once again making the big play. Unbelievable. One wide receiver either side for Mike, and Daza will flip it out to Sim, and Sim makes the play! 10-5 touchdown! The doctor is in! The Crabs have a lead! Oh, mama! There goes that man!
To the right, single receiver to the left. Dunhill to throw, has time, goes deep down the left-hand side. That was complete. Behind the defense, they can't catch him. 10-5, touchdown, Atlanta. Boo Chisholm does it again.
Hand off to English on a first down, trying to get it around the left-hand side, takes the long way around, but still picks up the first down, still on his feet, down the sideline. Johnny English, past the 20, 10, he scores again! Touchdown, Honolulu! On one of the craziest runs after fake punt, pass, kick, whatever I've ever seen. Unbelievable.
Mama, there goes that man.
I mean, he goes 5 yards back before he scores.
Yeah, I was going to make a comment about that, but I'll keep my comments to myself because he took this one to the house. He was blazing. 51 didn't have a shot.
So the Skyhawks having trouble on first and second down sometimes in terms of moving the chains, but they have converted on a decent amount of these third downs. I believe they've only had to punt once. Snap back, handoff to English, right up the gut. English fights his way for a first down again, and can you believe that? Johnny English, that's the second time on third down the man has just taken the ball and ran right up the gut for a first. This is a man possessed, ladies and gentlemen. He wants this Skyhawk team to succeed, and it looks like he's...
Splint backs for Louis Ndula. Josh to throw, runs right into Big Sexy.
Big Sexy. Another country has heard from. Oh, yeah.
He just flew right by the offensive tackle. Gave him one little move and boop, down the quarterback went.
Split receivers and offside, and Snowden's going to take the handoff. Snowden, oh, Richard Snowden spins back inside, breaks a tackle and scores. That's going to be a touchdown, DC. How in the world did he keep his balance and move the other way?
Wow, that's well, we were just talking about it too. You know, Snowden's got that ability to break away, and had he had more field there, he was definitely able to keep going. You know, he goes through the whole guy, doesn't have a whole lot of room there. One guy misses a tackle, he spins on him another, and shakes off that one right down there at the end and is able to get in there. So DC is shown early on. They set the pace with the first touchdown, and then they come and they answer back with a great drive there.
Walker's deep pass is picked off. That's interception number 3 on the night. Eddie Gage gets up and returns it to the 34. How about Baltimore's defense against Kevin Walker? He did not throw 3 interceptions all of last season in any game. And only 2 times in his career has Walker thrown at least 3.
These two defenses right now canceling each other out. Showing a blitz up the middle, they bring it, Bentley running right into it, Bentley gets away from it. Bentley's got a first down, breaks a tackle, Ray Bentley, he's gone, and the Aztecs are gonna score and get on the board. Welcome to the game, Ray Bentley. And the Aztecs are right back in it just like that.
Week 5 of the SFL. It's a late night affair here in Sin City. Las Vegas Fury take on the Motor City V8s. And it's a breezy and quite comfortable affair for everyone not from the desert. A 63-degree affair here in Las Vegas tonight as we welcome you inside the gorgeous Silver State Stadium, one of the best stadiums in the SFL. Good evening, folks. I'm Tyler Falk, joined in the stats truck by Top Keeper and Justin Side. And of course, always happy to have alongside me here in the booth my best friend from north of the border, from Canada, Brett Solberg. Brett, it's a rubber match. Game 7 between these two clubs. It's not playoff time, but it might as well be. And Las Vegas is really going to have to put something together tonight. They have never beaten the V8 franchise at home.
Yeah, and here's what's the interesting thing about all this. Only once has the home team ever won against the other, Motor City, back when they were St. Louis. Season 14, Week 5, they beat Las Vegas 43-17. After that, road win. So this is a tough task coming in for Las Vegas, a team that really wants to get them going in a very tough West Division that already sees Arizona at 4-0 and San Diego at 3-1. They want to keep up pace so they can get themselves a good playoff spot coming forward. This is going to be a fun matchup.
They had that great win versus San Diego just a week ago, as well as we want to remind you the aerials coverage of that beautiful drone shot over the strip was provided by Dag's DroneWorks Aerial Photography and Videography Services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com as we are set for more football here late this Friday evening, as here we go. We have kickoff from Silver State Stadium. It's the V8s in their Detroit-esque like uniforms once again this week. And on the return is Guy Clausen, who gets it out to the 23-yard line, and we will see the second season quarterback Ibrahim Krieta take to the field under center for the V8s.
Yeah, and this is going to be a tasty matchup for both secondary units here. Unfortunately, I have to start off by saying we're seeing the two most picked quarterbacks in this league. Ibrahim Krieta tied for 26th at 15 interceptions.
Start on the ground tonight. Christopher Dean gets a couple yards as we'll introduce you to the rest of that V8 offense. We, of course, have mentioned Krieta, the quarterback. Christopher Dean, as you just saw there, is the tailback with Bill Cherry, the smallest fullback in the league, in front of him. 3 wide receivers, Shane Kaufman, Guy Clausen, and Orain Darby. A trio of tight ends, Phil Koss, Azami Mehata, and Julian Gusters. And then it's the McMillan Moving Company, who couldn't find a way to move the defensive line any further than just the line of scrimmage. Dill, Bill, Kill, Phil, and Will, all the line for the V8s. It's a great tackle at the line of scrimmage by Dave Drury, the left outside linebacker.
Yeah, it's forced them on an early third down here, which has been Motor City's MO so far this season at 68%. Good for second in the league.
3 wide here for Krieta on 3rd and 8. Sidearm sling. Flag comes in late. That is caught on the right-hand side by Orain Darby, who picks up about 5. He'll be short of the sticks, but we got our first laundry on the field tonight. R62 with the call.
Yep, fist facing up, wrist, hand holding the other wrist. That's a hold. So there's going to be a forced 4th down regardless on that one for Las Vegas. And once again, just like last week, a quick 3 and out from Motor City to start things off.
Which McMillan was it? It was Dill McMillan, the left tackle, who got tagged with the infraction. And as you mentioned, partner, out comes John Pickles, who is a Diva of the Week nominee from last week after he tried to pull the spectacular and go and maybe try and get it done with his arm rather than his leg and try and go for it on 4th down. Tonight, we'll see if he tries any heroics tonight. Looks like so far he's going to play it safe and pump this one away deep downfield on the return. Great spin move from Doug Britton as he's able to get up to about the 42, maybe 43-yard line. Again, that's where he'll be stopped. And out comes Eric Price, the other half of our unfortunate quarterback duo who has been unfortunate in the interception column tonight this season.
Yeah, and it's been unfortunate in a couple categories. Dead last in completion percentage, just over 56%, and dead last in QBR at 52.1. He's got to play a clean game against this Motor City secondary.
start off with throwing the football over the middle. That is caught by Britton. That picks up 9 yards. Good chunk play to get the drive going. Let's introduce you to the rest of that Vegas offense. Eric Price, of course, is the quarterback with Scott Johnson and Hubba Kimbrell at halfback. At wide receiver is Doug Britton, Prince Wonder, and Mason Kirby. 2 tight ends for this stud Vegas offense, John Blades and Jackson Roberts. And on the line, well, it's been a tough season for that O-line. They have let up 13 sacks, which is second most so far this season. Good little dump off left-hand side of the line. That's Scott Johnson who picks up the first down.
Yeah, and Motor City, rightly so, fearing the deep ball from Eric Price, which has been the main option, and the one benefactor with those deep passes being Doug Britton. So they're focusing on him hard. So it left it wide open for that flats pass for an easy first down.
Here's another spread look here from Vegas. Play action. Price looking left-hand side, caught by Britton. Another good play on first down, picking up 8 yards.
Yeah, and I think Vegas, if they, change up this playbook in this game and, continue playing like this short game, this medium game, that it's going to be very successful, because Vegas's MO for many seasons has been, gamble it deep and see what happens. And we saw that a lot in their last game, which resulted in Eric Price throwing 4 touchdowns, but also throwing 6 interceptions.
Linebacker shows blitz on the outside. They back off. Price under pressure over the middle into double coverage. Looking for Britton, but it hits the strong safety's Kane Vasquez's arm. It falls incomplete, and it brings up third down, which has been a sore spot for this V8 defense.
Yeah, and it just continues moving up. Last week it was in that mid-60s, and now we're talking dead last at 72% of third downs being converted against them.
Said they go with a run, trying to bounce it outside. It was Johnson, nothing doing. Wrapped up and thrown to the turf hard by the outside linebacker Holford, and it's 4th and 4 from the 35.
And early decision time here for Vegas. You're at the 35. Are you just going to settle for a punt, or are you going to get Matt Rage out on the field, which they are, which is going to be from 51.5, it looks like.
Rage is 6 of 6 this season. Only missed 5 in his career, 105 for 110. Field goal makes to misses. This one, 51 from the right hash. Snap is good. Spot is good. Kick is well and truly good. He had plenty to spare on that kick, and that gives Vegas and the rest of these fans their first points of the game.
Yeah, that's a huge kick from Rage there as well. Like you said, plenty of breathing room in between. You probably could have gone for a 55-yarder, and that would have been safe and sound. Maybe a little bit of help from the wind. I'm not too sure if that's the case, but regardless, Vegas gets points on the board on their first drive.
Well, out comes Rage to get us going once again. Only our second kickoff of the ball game if you're just joining us. You're underway once more. Clausen about 2 steps in his own end zone as he starts his run. Straight up the gut, and he is blasted before he can get back to the 20. That's a net loss of a yard of the return. And now the V8s will have to regroup on offense after going 3 and out the first time out.
Yeah, a big hit on Clausen too, and he's going to be quickly back out on the field as he's essentially Creata's, main wide receiver option in most instances. Not in their last game against Arizona. Kaufman got a lot of touches, and as well as Orion Darby. So don't be surprised if things change up on this game.
Quick drop from Creata. He fires it near side. That is caught by Dean, but Dean is just knocked backward. He got enough forward progress, though, to get them a yard. Now let's introduce you to that furious Fury defense. Sam Yeager, A.K. Jones, Michael Rury, and Anthony Stover are the defensive line, with Dage Drury, Maurice Lloyd, and John Osiris at linebacker. Eric Itera and Chris Magel are the corners, with Shad Allen, Justin Raside, Max Jackson, and Luke Swift at the safety spots. Breda going to look to throw again under pressure, rolls and fires deep into traffic, and he's lucky that wasn't picked off by Max Jackson.
Yeah, and we've seen a few times, especially in that Arizona game last week, where they're looking for that deep go route or the deep corner route to Orion Darby, and he's ran that pretty well. and he almost beat Max Jackson at that point, but Jackson had the wherewithal to turn his body, see that the ball was kind of falling ahead of Darby, and almost got his hands into it.
That's a dangerous man to throw to. We'll talk about him later in the evening. Rita going deep over the middle, and just as I say it, Max Jackson, hello! He wants me to talk about him right now. That's his 85th career interception, still trying to hunt down Eddie Gage for most interceptions all time.
Man, what a selfish player Max Jackson is, wanting, Tyler to talk about him all game. He gets involved in that last play, just missing the interception, having his hands tipped on that one. And again, it was heading towards, it looked to be Orain Darby again on that attempted throw. And again, Max Jackson was just ready for it. My mistake. That was Guy Clausen on the pass attempt there. So good change in assignment there to get the interception.
This will set up Las Vegas in fantastic field position for only their second drive of the ball game. Pass left side. Price hit as he throws. It's caught by Britton, who picks up 7 yards. And these first down plays, partner, 9, 8, 7 yards. Good drive starters.
Yeah, and it's resulted in, out routes just getting open. Motor City's really focused on, protecting the deep ball, which is totally understandable because this is a deep threat team in the Las Vegas Fury, but those out routes are going to be open probably throughout the whole game.
Back to the backfield, second and short. Deep drop here from Price, looking for it all in the end zone. That is caught, but ruled out of bounds. I believe that was Kirby on the end of it, but just couldn't get even a toenail in bounds.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too much mustard thrown by Eric Price there, and it was basically sailing towards that bottom post of the field goal. So it's tough as a wide receiver to try to keep your feet in bounds while trying to catch a laser pass from just 19 yards out.
Correction, that was actually Prince Wonder looking for his first career touchdown of the ball of his career. Could not stay in bounds. Another quick drop, this time left side, caught by Britton. Good spin move, but then decleated by Sable Cannon at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, and it looks like those out routes are going to be open for Las Vegas. And right now, they're really feeding on to Doug Britton. And again, just trying to follow up to what he did last week. 9 receptions for 261 and 3 touchdowns. I don't know if he'll get that same number this week, but he's aiming towards it.
Already got 4 so far tonight. Turning upfield, however, is Mason Kirby, and Kirby gets Vegas back on the board. It's our first touchdown of the ball game.
Oh boy, look at that. We have ourselves a Mason Kirby sighting here in Las Vegas. Notch him for number 64 in his career in touchdowns. Now Ty Buchanan Simons for 19th all time on the leaderboards there, climbing up the ladders there. Kirby has always been a great receiving option for these Las Vegas Fury, especially over the years. And he pays it off by being that unsuspecting option while Britton's had a lot of touches throughout this drive, and he gets one in, and another score for Las Vegas.
And the Fury's fire flames even brighter after coming off the win from San Diego. They pick up right where they left off, and now have a 10-point lead ahead of the visiting Motor City V8s. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Watson again going to take a deep return. He out-races one of his blockers and can get up to the 21-yard line this time, so a much better return on his third return of the ball game. And now out comes Correa, and it looks like Fury's defense has his number.
Yeah, for now, though, but we thought that Arizona last week had Crea's number early on in this game, and then they all of a sudden shot up for 17 unanswered points. So nothing is to be expected from Crea's gameplay in any game.
Gun snap. Correa looking deep over the middle. That one's picked up again. Back the other way. Matt Jackson. We'll just keep talking about Max Jackson all night long. It seems every time, ever since I mentioned his name, we just got to keep talking about the man.
Yeah, and again, it seemed like a carbon copy play of the last pass thrown. This time it was heading, looked to be Shane Kaufman's way, if I'm not mistaken, and it just wasn't going to work because the safeties held back. They stayed back, really focusing on that middle of the field pass. And again, Max Jackson just easily picks it off, and one more time, Vegas in good field position.
They started at the 27 of Motor City. On the last drive, they start just inside the 30 again here on this next drive. Handoff, Johnson left side with some running room. Good blocking on the outside. Gets him 9 yards.
Yeah, and this would be probably a perfect time for Las Vegas to start handing the ball off to Scott Johnson a little bit more, because now this is your third drive of the game, and we're just hardly halfway through this first quarter. So start giving him the football a little bit more. Start, getting some plays in, see what Johnson can get you, because you're well within field goal range at this point. We've seen a Matt Rage 50-yard field goal already, so give him the rock a bit.
Here they go. Second run in a row. Johnson again. The nice hole created for him. Another gain of about 7 yards for him.
Yeah, and just very quickly there, you see the burst of speed from Scott Johnson bursting through that open gap that Las Vegas's offensive line gave him. That's just great work from both Johnson and the offensive line, and almost already at goal line territory.
Now a spread look as Price goes into the gun. 2 wideouts to his left, 2 to his right. Play action, blitz coming, pass end zone, just out of the reach of his intended target, incomplete.
Yeah, it looked to be Kirby again. That's usually his favorite side, the right. And he cut inside, just heading into the end zone. And just, yeah, like you said, this close from that being a catch, just maybe a yard too far to throw that. But Eric Price, he's been throwing some absolute lasers out there already.
Out with another 4 wideout look. This time Price under center, bunch set off to his left. Quick hitter over the middle. Good catch from Britton on the arrow route. That picks up 7, and they're at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, and it's not too bad of an option there, because a lot of Britton passes have been to the outside. So cut him inside. It got him open just enough to have that leaping attempt, and it got him good yards. So it opens up that playbook for third down.
Time the bunch formation gets a little bit more spread out as the lone wide receiver is now farther away from the offensive line. Third down, pass left, turning upfield. Touchdown for Chris Wonder! His first career SFL touchdown!
Yeah, and he got it by the fingertips, it looks like, because he was just absolutely hammered by that one man there. It looked like he almost didn't get that, but it looks like the football crossed the boundary line of the end zone, and they're going to count that. How about that for a first touchdown of your career, Mr. Wonder? 16-0 for the Fury.
Wonderful from Mr. Wonder on the footwork and technique. And the fire continues to be fueled with nitrous oxide as it's now quickly 17. Zippo, Vegas cruising early.
And I don't think this is what Motor City was expecting to start off this game, despite Vegas being such a high-powered offense. To allow 17 points after such a fantastic performance, even in the loss against Arizona, you thought maybe they'd have a little bit momentum, but right now they're just not showing it.
See if things can change. 2 straight passes have gone into Las Vegas defenders' hands, and when I say Las Vegas defenders' hands, all I mean is Max Jackson, because that's all we seem to talk about anymore when we talk about Vegas defense. It can be 3 for 3 on the drive. Will Jackson pick off Greta once more?
Well, here's the hint for that being prevented. Don't throw down the middle, Ibrahim. You've got options. You've probably got play sets that have out routes and flat passes to the sideline. So maybe start with that if you don't want to go Chris Dean's way on a run play. So you've got options.
I don't think they're going to go over the middle with the run. They'll go up the middle with Christopher Dean. And the ground game gets them their first positive yards in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, and it's been tough goings from this Motor City offense to start off this game here. But every little bit will count. Those 4, 5, 6-yard runs, doesn't matter how you get them. It's going to be positive because it opens up playbooks for your second down, and you can do whatever you like with that. And this is a perfect heavy set if you want to go stretch run here.
Have to go ISO up the middle. Dean few more yards before he's taken down by Maurice Lloyd, a veteran from Arizona, jumping over here this past offseason. And he's got another tackle, and it's 3rd and short.
Yeah, we saw this a couple times throughout this season already for Motor City. They kind of lull you with runs here, and then they go a short pass on 3rd down, so this should be to expected here.
They're heavy set, sidearm, right side, caught, 1st down for the V8s.
Yeah, nice little pass there to get Julian Gusters involved. Just a nice little flats pass as well, and it almost looked like he wasn't going to get that 1st down, but after the catch, he did a good job in collecting himself past the 1st down marker to get that 1st down to keep the chains moving for Motor City.
I think Motor City has learned their lesson. They've got a lot of heavy sets. 4 heavy sets in a row to start the drive. This time they go Dean up the middle ice, so 2 yards, and it seems like they've gone from maybe going a little too expressive to being very conservative.
Yeah, and I think that's a good adjustment there. You have to remember they still have the McMillan Moving Company that they can, work around, try to get some open lanes for Chris Radin to go with, and if you want to go pass on those heavy sets, you can too.
Red look blitz coming, pass near side, caught by Kaufman. He picks up about 4, maybe 5 yards to the 43.
Yeah, and with this type of roster that you have for Motor City, sometimes the short yardage just works. So maybe you do want to get in these 3rd and short situations so that you can get 1st downs and maybe start dominating time of possession. That may be the goal here for the V8s.
Set near side here on 3rd down. Create a looking right side. That is caught by Phil Koss, who's lined up at a wide receiver position. Tight end picks up a Motor City 1st down.
Yeah, and it's almost like he's a hybrid wide receiver / tight end because we see him in that slot position a lot throughout this season. And it's worked out in dividends because he's a bigger body and he can break through tackles after the catch.
Put backfield here on 1st down. 5-step drop from Greta, who looks right side. That is caught by Christopher Dean. Slides down to the ground for about 5-yard pickup. And we go for the first time north of the border to Vancouver, British Columbia. Cam's got a game break from us from SFL HQ.
Thank you, Tyler. At one point in this game, Ezekiel Love had 18 touches, and Vancouver, as an offense, had 18 plays. This is Cyrus Jive to Gavin Bouvette, and Portland leads Vancouver 17-7 in the first half as Creata takes off at Buell in Vegas.
Creata gets creative with a nice little quarterback sneak, and he picks up the 1st down. Thank you, Cam. Shocking scoreline, partner. Portland, we were talking after they beat Florida. Are they the 2nd best team? And right now, they are shocking your Vancouver Legion.
Yeah, and it's nice to see because Portland has been, this team that's been flirting between good and great, and that's what we want to see in this league is to have a great team like Portland.
And so the V8s continue to maneuver down the field. That's another 1st down pickup for Shane Kaufman to the 26, and that will probably take us to the end of the 1st quarter. It was all Vegas, but here come the V8s roaring back to life. They're down 17-0 as we end the 1st quarter. You're watching Week 5 of the Simulation Football League. Do not tab out just yet. Don't go back to playing Hogwarts Legacy. We still got plenty of game left to play here. Tyler Falk and Brett Solberg here from Silver State Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Happy to have you with us here late night for most of the country. And for all of you sitting at home, thanks for joining us. Hopefully we can, pique your interest just a little bit from Hogwarts Legacy. That game's been fantastic, but maybe Motor City is going to come back and make this one part of a game. Christopher Dean, lucky he stepped out of bounds before he could make that a completed catch.
Yeah, and here's the one thing that I always talk about quarterbacks if you're going to go with those swing passes. You got to make that decision as soon as you can so that your running back can turn on a dime and run down the sidelines. That's just too late of a pass.
Ready to look in near side. That's Phil Koss. That's hiding again, lined up at the wide receiver role, and he picks up about 7 yards before Chris Maggle and company take him down.
Yeah, and they're going back to just the short yard gains there, this time getting 7 from Koss, creating this 3rd down and short situation where they can open up this playbook and possibly change the line of sight on the eyes of the secondary for Las Vegas so that the interceptions can be prevented in this situation.
3 yards away from a first. Here for the V8s, 3 wide receivers, Creta in the gun. Bump coverage on those wide receivers from the Las Vegas secondary. Creta stepping up over the middle. That is high. Nice, easy pitch and catch from Creta to that's not Mendavi. That's Guy Clausen over there running the middle. And that's a first down for the V8s.
And that was good patience from Creta as well, because there was initially a guy down the middle at around the 5-yard line that was open. But again, the safeties closed up that option almost instantly. So just waiting for that next progression, and Clausen got open.
4 wideouts here for the V8s. On 1st and 10 from the 10. Creta stepping up into the pocket, looking corner.
Whoa.
Beautiful pitch and catch to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Motor City. Shane Kaufman with the pretty tiptoes. Looked like a ballerina out there.
Yeah, it was a perfect X cross as well, because you saw it looked like Guy Clausen that was cutting inside on an in route, and then Kaufman with that corner aiming for that left corner pylon at the back of the end zone, and Creta threw a perfect rainbow pass to only get it to Kaufman, and now Motor City is on the board.
Talked about fantastic and wonderful technique from a certain guy named Wonder, but Shane Kaufman, very, very pretty, as that will put Motor City on the board for the first time tonight, and Caleb Richards knocks home the extra point. It's now back to a 10-point ball game, 17-7. Hometown Fury still in the lead. And last drive, 13 plays for the V8, 74 yards, all culminating with that Kaufman touchdown. A long 5-minute, 27-second drive. Stats provided to us. Oh, hold on just a minute.
Watch out!
Britain is going to say, what drive, what touchdown for Motor City.
Forget it.
I want a 17-point lead back. I'm going to take it to the barn. Touchdown, Las Vegas, just like that.
And here I was about to talk about the Motor City defense being ready for that offense, but never mind that stuff. Here comes Britton from beyond the top rope to deliver a Phoenix splash on the Motor City V8 special teams, cutting to the left side, and there was nobody. Free real estate anytime you want there, Mr. Britton. Once again, another kick 6 for Doug Britton, another touchdown for Las Vegas, and they got their 17-point lead back with the extra point pending.
Can't say it any better, Henry Jones. 98 yards, just like that. And the V8s, well, they continue to have struggles against this Fury offense and Fury special teams. It seems the offense just has to go out, start another drive, and maybe start a long comeback, and hopefully the defense can pick up where they left off. This is not the same defense we saw a week ago versus Arizona, partner.
No, this is a stark contrast of what we've seen just in the span of, even less than a week at this point. So Motor City, they definitely need to, close things up defensively, and especially in that special teams unit, as Doug Britton is a menace to society.
You wonder if the short week has gotten the V8s just a little bit tonight. Not enough time to game plan, as now it's good return from Guy Clausen to the left-hand side. His best return of the evening. Can't duplicate the efforts of his counterpart, but does get Motor City to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, it's probably their best field position to start things off, Motor City. And right now, after that long 5.5-minute drive, you think maybe the offense is a little bit tired. So I'm thinking first play, maybe a quick handoff to Christopher Dean just to set the momentum.
So after I was rudely interrupted by a one-play return touchdown from Britton, the last drive for Motor City, 5.5 minutes practically. This time, going to try and go quick and hurry this one up. A nice big pass, 20-plus yards over the middle for a rain derby.
Yeah, it's probably the right way to go at this point, because you don't want to spend much longer time against a Las Vegas team that's looking to score at will. They're a team that could put up 50 burgers if they wanted to at this point, and you're down 17 at this point, so you got to catch up. Great throw again from Creata, who's had some really good performances over this last 2.5 weeks, I would say.
He's got a decent completion percentage tonight, and 2 of his incompletions have been interceptions, so it's not like he's been totally inaccurate. Another little trick play run for Creata. This time it only results in about a yard. Defense this time much wiser to it. Sam Yeager had some extra help from Maurice Lloyd up in the middle, only a gain of 1.
Yeah, they seem to be ready for that one instead of the last time where it just felt like that offensive line did a great job to give Creata that room, but there was no room this time.
Passing play for Creata this time around. That one's caught near some great spin move from Darby, and that picks up another Motor City first down.
And the tough thing is the difficulty to make an inside spin move so close to the sidelines, because you have to push your foot out so you can get that spin move to go. And sometimes you can hit that out of bounds line, but he managed to stay in to spin inside and get that first down.
After that spin, he'll be off the field for this next play as Motor City go into the goal line eye from just inside the 40-yard line. Gray doesn't like what he sees from the defense, trying to change up the play at the line. It'll be a handoff for Dean through the middle. Got through a couple, but did not get through Marikai Terra, as Marikai Terra invites Christopher Dean to meet the turf.
Yeah, and that one, I think Creata saw that there was 7 in the box, so he really wanted to get max protection from his linebacker or his offensive lineman. So he made sure that there was at least an open gap for Christopher Dean to get to. He got 4 yards.
X on either side of Creata, who's in the gun here on this second down play. He'll look to throw. Deep shot over the middle. That is caught inside the 10-yard line for Shane Kaufman, and Kaufman puts Motor City in 1st and goal territory.
Yeah, and like these Motor City wide receivers have these deceptively fast feet, and Kaufman's done a great job getting ahead of his guys a few times here. This time, he decides to beat his man, and it's just enough space for Creata to throw that ball. Like Sean Allen did pretty good, but it was just a little bit too far away.
Cost tight end flexed out right of the formation here on 1st and goal. Creata going to look to her near side on the out route. It's caught. Only a pickup of 3. Good heads up awareness from Chris Magel to recognize the play. 3rd time that Motor City's called it, and they get him before he can get turn up field for 6.
And now they're inside the 5 Motor City. This is probably their favorite department when it comes to, good offensive line push to get a handoff to Christopher Dean, but they're looking to pass here.
Wide. Creata in the gun alone. He's going to try and take it himself, but he is taken down behind the line by Michael Rury.
Yeah, and that one was tough because that offensive line, the McMillan Moving Company for Motor City, they were ready to go, but that defensive line was more prepared, and they got to Creata on that quarterback sneak this time. It just didn't work.
3rd and goal. Another shotgun look out of the V8s here in a short yardage situation. Blitz coming, pass over the middle, bobbled and incomplete, nearly taken away by Justin Raside, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and it's, again, Shane Kaufman getting himself open again and getting, trying to flirt his feet on that backside of the out-of-bounds line, and it was a decent throw, but Las Vegas had the hands ready to go to deflect that pass, and now Motor City's going to have to settle for 3 points.
Out comes Caleb Richards from 20 yards out. Just an overglorified chip shot. Has his stand wedge out there, and he knocks it through for 3. It is now 24-10, back to a 2-score ball game. Las Vegas out in front. The SFL would like to recognize some staff who operate mostly behind the scenes to keep the league operational during the season. Corey Menner handles all stat entries on our website. Liam Crowder keeps the site up and running across the globe. Rochelle Colston prepares all the box scores for statistics. And Mark Lopez running point on tech support for all those books. Check back next week for more staff shout-outs helping to make the SFL the best operation in sim sports. And this time, Britain unable to get back to glory, which he was on his last kick return, gets it only to the 26-yard line. And Carter, we got to thank the entire stats team, not just Rochelle and Mark. They get all the credit, but everyone else who puts in time and effort as well. I'm sure we'll get all of those names put in at some point. But for us tonight, special shout outs go to Justin Urside and Top Keeper, our stats truck this evening. Excellent job. Nice. And up the middle, Scott Johnson loses a yard as the defense comes alive and gets in the backfield. That's Nick Brummer for the tackle.
And what I found interesting, just watching Motor City through the first third of this season, is that every defensive star that we know on Motor City has a tackle for loss. And now get Nick Brummer his second TFL on the season.
Second 11. I think that's also the first tackle for loss we've seen out of Motor City defense tonight. Pass over the middle. That is incomplete. Intended for Marion Colberetti. Just couldn't hold on with the tackle.
Yeah, that was a tough hit to try to secure that ball. I don't blame Colberetti for not, securing that pass. Motor City, I think, starting to change things up a little bit defensively, and it's starting to stifle this Las Vegas offense just a bit. Now we're at 3rd and 11.
Longest third down of the ball game here for the Fury comes at the 5-minute 11 mark. 4-man rush, pass right side is caught by Kirby, but it's only a gain of about 4 or 5, and that'll be the first 3 and out of the ball game for Las Vegas.
Yeah, and you could easily say that Price was hoping that Kirby could keep himself upright on that so that he could at least have a chance to catch, turn, and run, but he just slips on his feet, gets the catch, but it's still a 4th down.
The first offensive drive for the Fury in the second quarter is the first drive for them that has not resulted in points. Now on the return, here comes Clausen. Clausen only back up to his own 30-yard line.
Yeah, now Motor City has a chance to, climb back in this game. They stopped Las Vegas from scoring points, and now the objective here, again, try to find that same drive that you just had recently to get that touchdown first off and get some points on the board. The goal here is to get inside the 30, I think.
Offset eye behind Creative. They go with a run up the middle for Christopher Dean. He gets about 6 yards before he's taken down at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and I think it was a good idea to start off with a run here. Set the momentum off. See what you can get on that first down run. Motor City's very much known as, a short pass happy team. And you can see in the stats there, Create already at $134 to start off this game. Kind of on pace for what he usually does.
They're going to look to throw. Late blitz coming. Pass over the middle. That is caught for a first down and more to Phil Koss.
As again, another great route run, this time from Koss on a deep little, it looked to be a nice little post. Yeah, a nice little post that went down the middle of the field. The linebacker tried to stay back, but that was the issue. Koss stayed in front, and it left him open for Creative to throw that ball. Another nice first down here from Motor City, now entering enemy territory.
Also take a little bit of a breather as they swap out a tight end for an extra wide receiver. Creative will still stay in the gun. He'll look to throw. Brett's coming from his left side. He'll throw in that direction. That is caught. Good enough for about a 4-yard picket for Kaufman, who steps out of bounds.
Yeah, I like this chip and, dip and dive kind of, Motor City offense right now. They don't have to do anything, too, a lot of their passes don't go past, 10, 11 yards in the air, and they get 15-yard passes. They don't have anything that's, a big risk play right now. Despite the 2 early interceptions, they've kind of toned things down, which is good.
9 men in the box to try and counter this heavy look out of Motor City. And up middle, Dean gets another block, and the McMillan Moving Company does its job to spring Dean free for a first. But oh no, Dean scared me for a bit. He looked like he wasn't going to get up on the play.
Yeah, and you know what? Give credit to Sean Allen on that there, because that was a touchdown-saving tackle. If he would have missed Christopher Dean, he was gone to the races, and we would have saw ourselves our first 40-plus yard touchdown from Christopher Dean. But touchdown saving, but it's another first down for Motor City.
Like his hand was writhing in pain, but no worse for wear now. Floater over the middle is caught by Kaufman. That's a pickup of 7 yards.
Yeah, and Kaufman's has had a healthy dose of catches in this first half already, getting his 6th on 8 targets in this game, already being a part of close to half of Creator's completions in this first half.
2nd and 3. And off Dean through the middle, and these ISOs are really working in the favor of Motor City right now.
Yeah, and it's the McMillan Moving Company doing great work splitting the gaps, just even if it's just enough of a gap so that Dean can just move past the defensive line, because there is a considerable gap between just the defensive linemen and the linebackers.
2-minute warning as the McMillan Moving Company gets the V8s to the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the red zone. As we come back, you're watching the SFL on YouTube. Two to go in the first half. Here from Las Vegas, the hometown Fury ahead 24-10, but for how much longer? Creata looking to pass, looks left side. That is caught for about 5 yards. Phil Koss in on the reception.
Yeah, check that as
Shane Kaufman.
There you go. Shane Kaufman with yet another catch. That's number 7 just in this first half. I just came back from a pass-happy Fort Worth team that had a lot of touches to Stephen Hacker, and now Shane Kaufman perhaps playing the role of Stephen Hacker in this game with his touches here.
Line I on 2nd down for the V8s. Handoff Dean, who tried to bounce it on left side, and seems like the outside run has not been the success factor for the V8s. The inside run seems to be more profitable.
Yeah, and usually stretch runs are like a guaranteed 3-4 yarder from any team here, but Las Vegas has scouted this Motor City run defense, and they know they like to do the stretch run every now and again, and they've covered that pretty well.
And tries to hurry his guys up the line as he fires his pass left side. Kaufman holds it in, but could not get the first down. 1 yard shy of the line to gain. And now it's decision time here for the V8s.
Yeah, and you know, the biggest unknown when it comes to Motor City is how they're sometimes going to introduce some things, because we could see the offense come out for 4th and 1, which it looks like they are right now, but we don't know if they're going to snap it or not.
Line I, only 7 defenders in the tackle box. Might want to snap it here, Creata. 7 seconds to go on the play clock. Creata still trying to think about it, still trying to catch Las Vegas off guard, and that will result in a Motor City timeout.
Yeah, and I get where they were going with that. Motor City just trying to push Las Vegas, in an encroaching penalty, and it's just not going to work this time. So, run that back. You wait, you burn a timeout on this, and you just settle for the field goal. At least you get points on the board.
Caleb Richards, who's hit one from 20 yards already tonight. This one will be another short one. Just a little bit longer, 25 yards, near dead center of the hash marks. This to make it an 11-point game. High snap corrals. Kick is up, and it is good. And Motor City try and chip away at the lead even further. It's now 24-13. Another Saturday six-pack is on tap tomorrow, headlined this week by London and Arizona on national television. And all 4 Atlantic Division teams up against each other starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. Carolina heads to D.C. and Baltimore welcomes in Charleston. It's all right here on SFL YouTube. There's another good return from Doug Britton. He gets this return to the 35-yard line. Another excellent starting field position for Las Vegas, who have started in Motor City's side of the field a couple of times, but here they start on their own 35.
Yeah, not too bad of a field position there for Las Vegas, to Las Vegas start things off here. And right now, after, a 3 and out for Las Vegas, they're probably looking to at least get a couple first downs on this drive.
Offset eye behind Eric Price. Let's go with a run for Johnson. Right side, got a couple of blocks. Scott Johnson beyond the 50, inside the 45. down to the 41. A good opening play from Vegas. Caught Motor City off guard. They call a timeout at the V8 41.
Yeah, and this has probably changed their stance on a lot of things because it looked like Vegas was just happy to settle things with this lead, currently an 11-point lead heading into the locker rooms. But Scott Johnson, in just one play, flips the field almost and gets them in enemy territory. And now you've got plenty of time to work on a lot of plays if you want to, with 2 timeouts, and you can get some points out of this.
Got 45 seconds to go here in the first half. 1st and 10 now here for the Fury. 3 wideouts, I formation behind Price. Deep drop, pass over the middle, behind the defense. It's caught by Britton. And just like that, they go from their own side of the field into the red zone.
Yeah, just in 2 plays there. It was a nice Scott Johnson run, and then a nice pass from Eric Price. Perfect spiral on that bad boy, and there was only one guy that was going to catch it right in the middle of the safeties in Doug Britton. And just like that, red zone offense, here we come.
Vegas called their second timeout, 41 seconds to go. I'd say this has been some pretty above average clock management so far. Under a minute to go when they had the football to begin with. Only about maybe 11 seconds taken off the clock. Price over the middle. That's caught by Prince Wonder. That's about a 9 3/4 of a yard gained. They're back to the line. Under 30 seconds now. Price will look to snap it. Look to fire it. End zone nearly caught, but clattered to the ground is Doug Britton. Some folks calling for a PI, but no flag will come.
Yeah, and that one's just, a ticky-tack 50-50 play, I would say. A lot of contact there, but it's tough to say, how fast when it comes to getting to the end zone. It's close when it comes to defensive pass interference. So I think it was the right call not to throw that flag.
3rd and the length of a playing card. Pass right side, caught, turning up field is John Blades, the tight end. Gets a first down, 1st and goal from the 3.
Yeah, that one's a tough one because it looked like Blades hit the end zone, but he just couldn't keep his feet in bounds. He stops right at, looks like, at the 2.5-yard line, but it gives a fresh set of downs for Las Vegas with 20 seconds left.
Might look to run maybe one more play before maybe attempting a field goal. Price. End zone deflected away. Trying to find Britton, but there was excellent coverage from Mark Kaufman. 2nd and goal with 17 seconds to go.
Yeah, and I think there's still at least 2 more plays that Las Vegas can do to try to get to the end zone here before they start thinking field goal territory, because you're still fairly close. You're still at the 3-yard line essentially, and you could probably throw the pass. 2 plays in 7 seconds at least before you start thinking, I should probably get some points here.
Price still in the huddle. They will bring out the offense again. I formation behind him. 2 wideouts off to Price's right. Here from the 3-yard line. Deep drop from Eric. Pass near side. It's picked off in the end zone by Mark Kaufman. And that will put a little bit of sourness into the drinks of the Fury and the Fury faithful.
Yeah, and that one is just unfortunate. Again, deep drop, like you said, it almost felt like a bad omen. And there was 2 Motor City defenders just ready to go. And Mark Kaufman, this time, instead of trying to just swipe the ball, he gets both of his hands ready for the pass, gets the interception, turns Las Vegas guaranteed points into no points. With 12 seconds left, Motor City is looking like they're ready to pass.
1st and 10, 12 seconds to go. Motor City still have a couple timeouts. Pumps once, pass, left side, a jumping
timeout
is caught by Shane Kaufman, and they will only call a timeout when the clock hits 3 seconds. And so they'll have to try and heave-ho up a prayer here on this next play.
Yeah, they should have called a timeout much earlier on that so they could at least get one more play before a Hail Gary here. But now basically just forcing their hand here to just try to throw it deep to get some points. very, very tough here to go anywhere else.
Now we're going to see Creata's arm strength, who is really only truly developed while in the league. This only his second season at the quarterback spot. Does he have enough arm strength to get it the length of the field? We're about to find out. Creata will load and fire deep down the field into a sea of black and white. And no one comes up with the football. That falls to the turf. That brings it into the half. 24-13. Fury lead the V8s and partner rather quickly. What happened in the first half? What needs to happen in the second half?
It's just basically, I think what Motor City needs to do to get back in this game is play a lot like you did in the second quarter. You got back in this game after Vegas, threw up 17 right away. It's only it's only a 2-possession game at this point. So just keep the path. Make sure that your defense is ready for the deep ball, though. Las Vegas will still throw it deep on multiple possession leads.
Welcome back to Silver State Stadium. Tyler Falk. That was Brett Solberg. We're here on the booth on the call. Thanks for joining us late this Friday evening as Britton left side out of a few more tackles. Doug Britton providing out still some sparks here in this late evening affair. He gets that return to the 38 to start out the second half.
Yeah, and Vegas has the ball to start off here. And like I said, at any point of the game, Vegas does not take their foot off the gas. So be prepared for any deep pass. Be prepared for any, trick play run if they kind of throw. But right now, you got 3 receivers.
DBs creep up on the line, but it's a quick hitter near side for the Fury offense to get them going. It's a 5-yard pickup for Mason Kirby.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what we've seen a lot in this first half here is just going with the short options to kind of confuse this Motor City defense to maybe go for the deep ball, which they haven't done a lot in this game. They've kind of chipped their way down and then gotten big plays from their receivers when they need to.
Offset single back behind Eric Price here on this second down play. Look to throw again, left side. Johnson's out there. He gets out of 1 tackle, still running, and then is turned inside out after picking up the first down.
Yeah, that one was just great athleticism and great job of just avoiding some tacklers to move forward, because I thought that was just a guaranteed 5-yard gain, but he just kept trucking, he kept moving, he kept grooving, and it was just all-out effort from Scott Johnson to get that first down.
Well, they'll find themselves at the 46-yard line of Motor City here for this next first down. Passing play, near side, Price had enough touch on it for Kirby, and Kirby sucked that one into his hands, and he picks up a first down and plenty more.
You saw 2 prime defenders there in what looked to be Kane Vasquez and Nicholas Warner there. And that's a tough ball to throw in between, and Price just nailed it. Hit the bullseye on that baby to Mason Kirby for that first down.
Offset single back. It's a weak guy formation here from Las Vegas Fury. They're going to go with a run in the direction of the weak guy. That is going to be a face mask call. Scott Johnson just indiscriminately taken down. That's a huge penalty on Rodney Panani. We'll see if they call it personal, in which they will. It'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, too many paninis for Rodney Panani there. Just got a little bit too lazy with that tackle attempt with the horse collar, it looks like. And that looked definitely incidental. Give them 15 yards. Boom.
Now Vegas at the 12-yard line with 3 wide receivers. And all the momentum seemingly on their side. 5-step drop from Price into the end zone. That is nearly caught. Also nearly intercepted. King Rashid looking for pick number 9.
Yeah, he was wanting that badly. You can tell he was yelling. He's thinking to himself he should have had that, because that was still well in the air. Great job by tackling the receiver as he was trying to catch the ball, as well as keeping that ball up for an opportunity of an interception there. But running back, 2nd and 10.
King Rashid, the league leader, interceptions coming into this week. That's almost a shot. He was not able to come away with that one. He'll get another opportunity soon. Bryce pumps one stick to the end zone. That's a touchdown. Las Vegas again. And it's Doug Britton again who puts Vegas' lead back out to 17.
And this time, Eric Price didn't have to throw too much gas on that one. He knew that Britton could beat him with that speed. And yeah, just a little bit of a bump on David Leathers that caused the opening for Doug Britton. And it gets himself a nice catch in the end zone. And Vegas reaping the benefits, getting an all-in bet on their own poker game. And now up 17, maybe 18 with the extra point.
Las Vegas has only scored 30 or more points in their first 3 games. That streak continues on here tonight. They tacked on point number 31, and one of the best teams in terms of scoring at it again.
Yeah, it's what to expect from Las Vegas. They're a high-powered, high-gamble, high-risk team. You're basically guaranteed to score any points. If you ever see on the betting lines an over-under of Las Vegas points to be in the 20s, bet the over every time.
31-13 Vegas. Out here in authority. Lawson on the return, cuts it near side. That is a good return from Guy. He gets to the 26-yard line, and out comes the V8s to start another drive.
Yeah, and this one is just, you did really well in that second quarter. Got 182 yards of total offense in that second quarter. You want to basically get a repeat of that on this drive, and Las Vegas basically showed you how to get a touchdown. Let's see if you can respond in kind.
Like the split formation here in the gun. Creator going to try and pass out of it over the middle. That hits the helmet, I think, of the defender. Yes, it did hit the helmet of Shad Allen, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that one was just a tough pass thrown by Creator, and that maybe a little bit on the risky end, so you have to be careful, especially when you're trying to come back against a high-powered offensive Las Vegas team, that you don't throw those errant passes. So again, run that back. Just, keep calm in these scenarios and throw an accurate pass.
Wideouts, 2 backs. Here for Motor City once more. Linebackers show blitz. Creator will look to throw. Looks right side. That's a dangerous pass. Nearly taken away for the 3rd time by Max Jackson.
And that one would have been pick 6 city for Max Jackson to cap off the trifecta as well. He just couldn't get his hands on it fully. Ends up being a pass deflection, and now it's 3rd and 10 for the V8s.
I mean, we are in Vegas. You do look for a 777, but not a triple of picks. Please. 3 wide receivers here on 3rd down. Here for Creator. He's going to have to throw. As time looks right in coverage. That one deflected away by Chris Maggle, and Motor City's drive screeches to a halt.
Yeah, and that one was just 3 straight passes, 3 straight risky passes, all of them, thankfully for him, interceptions. But again, a quick 3 and out for Motor City, giving a hot Las Vegas team back the ball offensively. They got to step up defensively if they want to get back in this game.
No gas in the tank on that drive. No yards gained for the V8s. Here they go to punt it away. John Pickles sends this one on its way to Doug Britton, who calls for a fair catch at his own 41-yard line. Miss any SFL action? Want to fast forward your SFL experience? Check out highlights of SFL games on the SFL YouTube channel and on Highlight Nation, provided by Victor's Valiant, YouTube's premier sports highlight maker. Subscribe to Highlight Nation and Victor's Valiant on YouTube for all your college football and basketball needs. Here comes Las Vegas here on this drive. Price will look to throw on 1st down. Looks left side. It's Doug Britton. That's 9.5 yards gain as he's crunched out of bounds.
Yeah, it just seems like the out route has been working for Britton, and that's how he's got the majority of these catches in this game, is just getting open on those out routes, and the secondary is just not ready for it right now. And now Britton inching closer to 100 yards receiving. You got to be careful moving forward here if you're the Motor City defense.
He had 9 receptions a week ago, partner. Already at 8 here tonight. looking to throw. Price, left side, nothing doing. It looked like the man we were just mentioning, Britton, got bumped off his route.
Yeah, that resulted in, it looked like, just on the first eyesight, that Price was throwing it to a sea of nothingness. But I think you're right on that one, where Britton was just bumped off his route, and it just distracted him long enough to be way out of the intended target of the pass.
3rd and inches. They're not going to run it. They're going to try and pass for it over the middle. That is caught by Britton. The 31-yard line.
Man, he just makes it easy sometimes with these catches. It feels like, some receivers will never be able to catch those passes. He comes in, just with those outstretched arms of his, those long arms, and just safely secures that pass as he's stumbling down. Just great work from Britton in this game.
Right around 128 yards on 9 receptions now for Doug Britton, having another stonking day. Other pass here from Vegas, and it's going to bite Eric Price in the butt. As down he goes, Mike Balotz is there for the first sack of the ball game.
Man, that's a big help for Motor City here, and that's been a good job from the offensive line to help with Eric Price throughout this game. And now Motor City finally getting to Price here in this third quarter, shaking things up perhaps on this 2nd and 13.
Line and linebackers shift in opposite directions. They're on 2nd and long. Price over the middle, deflected.
Oh boy!
And it's just flung away from the hands of David Leathers. Incomplete.
Yeah, and that one was, bobbling in his hands for at least a good half second, too. We'll see it on the replay here, but it was a great deflection first off from, if I'm not mistaken, that's Matthew Holford, the outside linebacker. And then you'll see very quickly afterwards, look at David Leathers, he can't manage to grab the ball. No! It's going to force a 3rd down nonetheless.
Partner, I think that's why they're on defense. Even the wide receivers sometimes have trouble, but defenders, not often do they get a chance to catch a football. It's 3rd and long now here for Vegas on the 35-yard line. Rice will look to throw again over the middle. This time it's taken away. Cain Vasquez picks up interception number 50 of his career and turns the ball over.
Yeah, now we have to think about this from the Motor City perspective here. You got a big stop in a situation where it felt like Las Vegas could maybe get some points out of this. And now a key interception from Cain Vasquez. You have to use this as a catalyst for your comeback here. Game's far from over at this point. It's 3 possessions. There's still plenty of time. You have got 18 minutes left to get back in this game, and it starts on this drive here.
Oi, oi, oi. I think there's supposed to be 3 oyas there, Henry Jones. The run up the middle from Dean goes nowhere. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, and 1 yard to start things off. Not a good omen for Motor City. But now they have to think to themselves, we got to, maybe change things up a little bit here just to misdirect this Las Vegas defense so that we can get some big positive yards.
I need to get in contact with Henry Jones. The Oya meter for his team or for all interceptions thrown in the game? Have to talk to him on that later. Anywho, pass over the middle. That one's good enough for not a first down? Very interesting call. Guy Clausen the reception. Back to Vancouver and Cam with a game break.
Thank you, Tyler, and I think someone in the booth is going to be a very happy man. Down 3 with 7 minutes to go. It's Christian Brown to Brett Killian for Vancouver's first lead of the game, his 100th career touchdown, and Vancouver has taken the lead on the Fleet 24-20. 4th down coming up in your neck of the woods. Back to you guys. Congrats, Brett.
Mike Carulli with the big sack to set up 4th down, but I want to get the word straight from the horse's mouth, or in this case, straight from the Canadian's mouth. Brett, number 100, congratulations, my friend.
Thank God. I have to say, I've been waiting so long for that. Thank God.
How many games? How many games was it, Brett?
7.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we're in Las Vegas. We had to have 7 at some point of something. So there it is. It's like the fates aligned for Brett Solberg here tonight. Brett Killian touchdown number 100 over in Vancouver. Congratulations once again. Return from Doug Britton goes up to the 46-yard line, and that is where the Fury offense starts this next drive.
Just a very lackluster drive from Motor City, and basically just handing the ball back to Las Vegas with -3 yards from their drive.
Play action here from Price, passing left. There's, well, who else? Doug Britton, reception number 10 tonight. He's got 8 yards on that last play.
Yeah, and he's just going to continue moving forward this so far in his game. He had 261 last week. He's now pushing himself close to 150 in this game here. We're talking about 400 yards almost in the last 2 weeks. That's amazing.
Just under half of the offensive plays. Oh, now it's even getting closer here for Doug Britton. Just under half the amount of total offensive plays have involved that man, Doug Britton.
Yeah, it continues moving on for Doug Britton. Now he's going to push himself at, I would say, 149. I believe there's a 13-yard gain on that first down there, and that's going to push him to, oh my Lord, he's got over close to 405 yards of receiving in the last 2 weeks to go with 4 touchdowns. He is on another level right now.
I'm surprised the DBs are giving him that much space on the side of the field. They're going to go over the middle, and there it is. Doug Britton, almost nothing the defense can do about him. That's a 1st and goal for Las Vegas.
He's about as hot as a phoenix right now, given in part to the logo of the Fury here. It just seems like anything he runs, anything he touches, turns to absolute pure gold, or in this case, maybe hot lava at this rate. He is just an amazing receiver to see, and it's just so many words and superlatives I want to add to Doug Britton's name this week.
1st and goal. They've been pretty pass heavy, and they'll continue to be pass heavy here in the red zone, and it won't matter. John Blades, touchdown, Fury, and the party continues from Sin City.
Yeah, and now John Blades gets his first touchdown this season as a tight end. We usually know him as the 3rd receiver in the Las Vegas trio. He converts himself to tight end, and now he's reaping the benefits with his first touchdown as a tight end and his 52nd of his career, as he continues to have a fantastic career himself. Now Las Vegas has blown this game wide open.
A fantastic day all around for the Fury and their fans. This one to make it 38-13. Snap, spot, point after touchdown is up and good. 38-13 score here from Silver State Stadium. SFL action on Next Level Sports returns tomorrow with a Season 19 semifinal rematch between the Arizona Scorpions and the London Knights. Catch all the action on DirecTV, channel 623, or for a complete channel guide, visit NLSE.com. Stay tuned for more programming announcements. Next Level Sports, get more. That should be a fun one tomorrow, Brett. That's got the Northrips on the call for that one. They should have a blast on our first game with NLSE this season.
The Rick Meter's back on national television, baby. Woo!
Let's go! All right. Still got a game here left to play. 25 points separates Motor City and Las Vegas. Stranger things have happened, but it's going to take almost an insurmountable amount of effort for Motor City to come back to this one. And Dean through the middle, and well, that run pretty much summarizes what the day has been like for the V8 offense, stuck in quicksand.
Yeah, it's felt like Motor City has tried as much as they can, but right now this 3rd quarter has just shot any momentum away from them. They're looking at -2 yards in the 3rd quarter right now. That's not the number you want to see, followed by a negative.
Greta, maybe a long pass will help him out. Looking near side, deflected away, incomplete. Dangerous pass into double coverage. Merrick Itera got his hand to it.
leaping up that high and being able to swat that football, it reminded me of a basketball player, actually. That's a Ben Wallace-esque block attempt there, just swatting that away, far away from anyone grabbing that. Great work of athleticism.
Rita looking to throw right side. That is caught, feet in bounds. That's good enough for a good chunk of yards to Guy Clausen, but not enough. 6 yards shy. And it looks like here comes John Pickles to punt this one away. It is tough to see, partner. Motor City played so well versus Arizona last week. It just seems that Vegas, you're at home, watched what Motor City did versus Arizona and said, that ain't happening in our house tonight. Punts away from Pickles. Britton going to try and make a return on this one. Away from a couple defenders. It takes 2 to drag him down all the way inside the 50-yard line. But hold on just a minute. I think there's some laundry on.
Face mask, number 25.
Oh, and that's just
another face mask.
Insult to injury for the V8s. That is a face mask called by S. Wink, and that's going to add even more yards onto the return.
Yeah, and you can tell that's a very clear frustration tackle there. You'll see that. Oh, that's tough to say. Maybe he started off the tackle with the face mask and it led him to be an ankle tackle. But again, another face mask. That's a careless penalty to take. And now it pushes them, basically flips the field, and they're in enemy territory. Only 33 yards to the end zone.
Play action here to begin the drive. Short little hitter over the middle by Scott Johnson on the reception. That picks up first down yardage. Defense backed off, allowed the underneath route, and Las Vegas capitalizes.
Yeah, and that's a nice, again, good work from Scott Johnson. He's more known as a speed back more than anything else, but he's got some strength in him too. And if he needs to shed tackles and get around blockers, he can do that too, whether it be through the run or on the air.
Information here on this 1st and 10. Johnson near side has a couple of blockers.
Oh.
Out another talk inside the 5, and it just couldn't break the final tackle by Sable Cannon. 1st and goal from the 2 for Vegas.
Yeah, that one was just great running from Scott Johnson there, and it's just, again, following his blockers on the outside. Had a good lead blocker on the receiving end by Doug Britton, even though he didn't get anybody on there. It's just that presence of having someone to help you out that's going to help get those extra yards for you. So great work from basically the entirety of Las Vegas to get that big run.
The yards from Pater. Price in the gun over the middle. That is dropped. Oh, Prince Wonder, who only had his first touchdown of his career earlier tonight, could have capitalized and doubled his entire tally with that one.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of nerves kicking in for Prince Wonder there, as it was a clear and open pass for him. It would have been a second touchdown of his career, but now he's just got to wait perhaps another play, another drive, maybe another game. Who knows until he gets his next one.
2 tight ends set off to the left, also in the direction is the offset single back, Scott Johnson. They go with a run in that direction. Johnson spinning upfield, couldn't get behind the defense that time, and he is tackled by Doug Howard. Gains 1 yard, so 3rd and goal with a yard to go.
Yeah, and Motor City, their main goal here is just to stop the bleeding, essentially, from Las Vegas, because it feels like any momentum, I guess you could say our proverbial Rick Beater is siding definitely towards Las Vegas right now.
They will run it. Left side, Scott Johnson, touchdown, Las Vegas, and the onslaught continues. And now we can start talking, partner, about the most points scored in Vegas history. They are now 8 points away from their most points scored in franchise history.
Yeah, and they're inching pretty close to that number there. They scored 52 points back in season 18 against the Atlanta Swarm in a 52-6 victory here. So all they need is this extra point to hit and another touchdown to tie things up, and they still have 12 and some change minutes left to go.
Extra point from Matt Rage is up and good. 45, Las Vegas Motor City 13. Partner, this has quickly spiraled out of control. Vegas just keeping their proverbial boots on the proverbial necks of Motor City, and they just have not let up at all tonight.
Yeah, this is what you expect from Las Vegas. They never let the gas go at all, and they make sure that if they're going to win their way, and that's through their high-powered offense.
His return gets back to the 20-yard line. That is where Motor City will take over, and let's maybe start trying to break down what has not gone right for Motor City. They did control for at one point a whole bunch of stats, time of possession most notably.
Yeah, and the big thing is that they basically dominated the second quarter, the 182 yards of total offense, and they took a huge chunk of time off in that second quarter. But right now, it just seems like everything's failing except for this.
Reyna over the middle, deep pass connects for the V8s, and that's Mihara who hauls in the big-time reception. That'll flip the field.
Yeah, and that's a breath of life that Motor City definitely needed. Just a tight end go route, and I don't think the safeties were expecting. Max Jackson was definitely not expecting it until the very last minute there. So that left Mihara wide open there. And that's how you essentially get into enemy territory there.
That's a nice sign of life. 31 yards on the tight end go route, and now Motor City trying to make something happen late on in this football game. Just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Creata looks right side. That is caught. That picks up 5. Sliding out of bounds is the receiver, Orain Darby. Las Vegas 43.
Not too bad of a play there. Get themselves a couple extra yards there. Maybe just working on a couple plays that they know that works, that can move themselves forward. And now it opens up the playbook for second down.
Minute and ticking here in the third quarter. Creata under center, looks right side again. That is caught by Phil Koss. He steps out of bounds after picking up the first down. That picks up about maybe 8 yards on the play, and it's move the chains, gang, for Motor City.
Yeah, and they'll take that at this point. It's, again, working on that offense, making sure that everything works well, and get some points out of this. That's the main thing for them right now.
Koss again, lined up as a wide receiver out light of the formation. First down here for Motor City. Creata looks for him right side. That's another pickup of 6 yards. Tight end, and seemingly the goal this drive is hashtag throw it to the tight end.
Yeah, and they've connected to a couple tight ends at this point, and they're making sure that maybe spreading the wealth possibly works out a little bit better to their favor. And now Mihara and Koss have gotten involved. Let's see if Julian Gusters can get himself his second reception here.
I mean, they got 6 tight ends. Might as well use them, and they'll try and get Christopher Dean involved, and the run game goes nowhere. Only maybe a gain of 1 after a huge hit up the gut from Maurice Lloyd.
Yeah, just an absolute barrage of Las Vegas defenders ready to go, and it seemed like they were ready for pass at this point. And that pushed them back a yard, so now it's 3rd and 4. Big 3rd and 4 here from Motor City.
Well, they snap it before the end of the quarter is the question. Creata in the gun. 3 seconds to go. Will snap it. Over the middle, diving attempt. That's going to be hauled in by Guy Clausen. No, they'll say it touched the ground. No, he did catch it short of the sticks. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 45-13, Las Vegas in control of this one. We pause now for station identification. You're watching SFL on YouTube.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
From Silver State Stadium, I'm Tyler Falk alongside Brett Solberg. Here in Week 5 of the Simulation Football League, the Las Vegas Fury here at home with a commanding 45-13 point lead over the Motor City V8s. It's 4th and inches. Out comes Caleb Richards to tack home his longest field goal of the night. This one from 43 yards out, straightaway dead center. Kick is up and good, and that's probably one of the best bright spots we'll see all evening. Caleb Richards still perfect tonight. And we want to remind you that the APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Kicks away from Richards. Here comes Doug Britton. Already has a kick return touchdown already today, and a couple nice spin moves trying to make another touchdown, but he gets it all the way up to the 29-yard line, and now this drive could go a long way to maybe seeing a little bit of history tonight, partner.
Yeah, it all depends on how Las Vegas approaches this. There's still an entire fourth quarter left to go here. I wouldn't be too surprised if they started, handing it off to Scott Johnson. As we see here, he's only got 8 carries, but he's had already some big yardage with little carries in this game already.
Stretch play, right side, Johnson spins away from 1 and 2, and here comes Scott Johnson. First down to the 40-yard line, pickups of 11.
It's a nice and quick first down, just great blocking. And, I like that offset running back option because it's just a diagonal handoff, and it has that stretch play all ready to go. And it feels like the blocking is just right for the running back to get some major yards, this time just a quick and easy first down.
Only his 9th touch on the ground tonight. Eric Price, of course, has been airing it out left, right, and center. 35 attempts, 23 completion, 65%. Doing the math at home. And up the middle this time is good enough for maybe 2 yards. Johnson again on the carry.
And again, that's what I'm thinking this drive is going to be. A lot of Scott Johnson runs, just, give him some love a little bit here. He hasn't touched the ball a lot, and Eric Price has thrown quite a bit in this game. He's got 35 attempts in the air at this point. So maybe on the second down, we might see something thrown, probably to Doug Britton.
That's a matchup we've been watching all night. Dakota Butts versus Titus Anderson, 271s going at it in the trenches. Johnson again, as Las Vegas trying to slow things down. Only a 2-yard pickup, back-to-back 2-yard runs. That's Panani in on the stop.
Yeah, now Motor City maybe has forced Las Vegas's hand to, kind of throw this on third down so that they can at least, attempt to get the first down. And they've got 3 receivers with 2 backs, so this could be anything.
First time we've seen Prince Wonder since the last time they were in the red zone. 7-step drop here for Price. Pass over the middle, looking for Wonder, and just like that, Prince Wonder! There's touchdown number 2 of the game, and number 2 of his career, and Las Vegas are an extra point away from tying their all-time franchise points in a single game record.
Yeah, and that just seems to be the story of this game for Las Vegas. It's just, a couple plays here and there, and then they'll find something to explode with. And it was Prince Wonder just beating Kane Vasquez on that deep middle. And it's just, it seemed like a foregone conclusion once it got to that rate after the catch. Wonder wasn't going to get caught. There's touchdown number 2. Don't have to worry about that bobbled pass earlier on.
And the Fury keep pouring gas on this firestorm as the kick is up from Rage. That is 52 points. That ties the record in franchise history for Las Vegas. Now it's up to their defense to get the ball back. Price, 5 touchdowns tonight, only 2 interceptions. He has played remarkably well against a defense that holds the best pass taker away in the league, King Rashid, who's been very quiet tonight. Now it's Guy Clausen on his return, trying to make something happen. Can only get to the 22-yard line. Vegas has done an excellent job on offense, keeping the ball away from Rashid. This defense has kept Motor City out of the end zone for the most part tonight. It's been a complete game for Las Vegas. Motor City now have to capitalize here in the later stage.
Yeah, they need to at least, come out of Las Vegas scoring some points and, feeling good about themselves. So this drive will start.
Early flag. Pass over the middle to Phil Koss, in and out of his hands, but I think V8s will get a free set of yards, free 5 yards on the encroachment.
Yeah, just a little encroachment there. Las Vegas maybe getting a little antsy. They want to keep the score as it is right now and give that offense another chance to break that scoring record in a single game here. So just a little bit of a lack of discipline there, but nothing too big.
That's Sam Yeager who gets called with the infraction. And now, 1st and 5, around 27-yard line. Breda going to look to throw, looking deep over the middle into coverage, but that is caught by Kaufman and trying to show the fans at home that they still have some fight left in them.
Yeah, and he's been the bright spot on this Motor City offense, Shane Kaufman. And it's just, he's got, again, I keep talking about that unsuspecting, deceiving speed that Kaufman has, and he's been great throughout this game in just breaking open just enough. In that battle with Merrick Iteri, he seems to be dominating against him right now.
Brady going to look to throw another deep pass over the middle. That one is hauled in. This time it's Darby, and that'll put him at the 35. And while we got a moment, partner, when Motor City started to go to this 3 tight end set, a lot of folks were up in arms about it. He was on Access Live, or at that point, I think it was called Road to Glory. But at the same time, he was explaining that this is going to be a process. This isn't something that Motor City is going to accomplish day one.
Yeah, and they said immediately here as Freda goes with that shotgun quarterback draw again. I remember hearing early on from the get-go that saying it was a long-term project for Motor City, and they weren't expecting a lot of things right away, and it would be a development thing. So it's all about trying to find that progression and trying to work within this system.
5-step drop, swing pass left side to Christopher Dean, who cannot escape out of the tackle. That picks up 4 yards. I'm talking with really, and yes, he is a maverick when it comes to designing a playbook, designing an offense to try and catch people off guard. And indeed it has. Early on in the season, we saw it last season. It was a really good start for him. This season, one opening win, but it just hasn't materialized into too much of anything. So far, they're only their fifth game of this season. 3rd and 1, Creda going to look to pass. Blitz coming. Creda out of one tackle. Cannot escape the second time. He's taken down way back at the 29-yard line. Excellent pursuit on the quarterback from A.K. Jones brings him down. And now we'll probably see another Caleb Richards.
Yeah, that just kind of halted things for Motor City. But again, looking at the bright side, at least they got some points in that drive, and they saw something positive by getting deep passes from both Kaufman and Darby out of this. And again, Caleb Richards will just continue to attempt to shoot up the field goal percentage. He's only missed one in his whole career.
This one this season, I think. There we go. We'll see what happens here. Pick is up, and it is good from 45 yards, and the percentage continues to improve with only one missed attempt in his entire career. It is now 52-19. Vegas will more than likely win this football game, but if you want more SFL content, if you want to get involved with the rest of the community, don't leave the stream without joining our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. Join to check out our content for teams and about being created by our community. Participate in pick'em games, play SFL fantasy football, and test your skills in the survivor pool. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net and click on the Discord icon on the top banner. The SFL's community is 2,000 strong. See you there. All right, partner, this is a momentous drive for Las Vegas. Starters still out there with the commanding lead. All they're looking for now is history.
We're looking at Scott Johnson probably to start things off to set the momentum.
Garrett Price, who will swing it out near side to Scott Johnson, who spins away from one, drags defenders with them for a gain of 6.
Yeah, not too bad of a start there. Instead of, running it on the ground, they still give it to Scott Johnson on a quick pass option. It gets you 6 yards. Pretty nice.
2nd and 3 from 36-yard line.
First downs have been the boon for Vegas's offensive attack. They seemingly ad nauseum pick up 5+ yards every first down play. They're chuckling, so at least expect. Run right side. Johnson spins out of a tackle, but then is dogpiled on after picking up 3 yards. 3rd and 1 from the 38. What kind of story would this create? Motor City, a good 3rd down stop would certainly add a little bit of confidence back to that defense.
Oh, absolutely, and it would help them, carry momentum, if not from the end to the end of this game, but it'll carry momentum to the next game as well.
Enough up the middle. Johnson will pick up the first down. Tackle just not in time. Motor City's Sabo Cannon, he himself has had a pretty good day tackling Scott Johnson.
And Motor City immediately going with the challenge there. Not too bad of an idea. I mean, the game's out of reach. You might as well, go out on a limb on that one. Initial look at it looked like he got the first down comfortably, but now I'm not too sure.
Let's take a look. Kanan there with the tackle. That looks fairly close. I wouldn't be surprised if it went either way. Oh.
Ooh, they might have got it there.
They
might have got it.
Might give it to Motor City, R62.
Is overturned. The Adams.
And I think for once, R62 got that one right. An excellent decision from Drew Really on the sideline. And as you put it, partner, might not matter in terms of this game, but at least your decision-making is still there.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good choice there. And the important thing is that it forces Las Vegas to punt this football away and get Motor City's offense back out on the field. That's a big positive for the V8s.
For one of the rarest times this evening, it's Dustin McRack, one of the heftiest legs for a punter we've seen in the SFL in quite some time. That's another excellent punt from McRack. Pins Motor City all the way back at their own 20-yard line. That is where the V8s will start this ensuing possession. Well, the defense certainly did its job, partner, and now maybe the offense can build on a couple of back-to-back drives with field goals, maybe a touchdown as well.
Yeah, the touchdown is a pretty good remedy to any, ailment that you're feeling, especially in a blowout game like this. It definitely helps ease some wounds.
Try and run up the middle. I believe that was Creata trying to make something fancy happen, but that'll be tackled at the line of scrimmage. That's Sam Yeager with the stop.
Yeah, and you know what? What I like about Motor City throughout, their entire existence in Detroit is that they like to change things up. Like you said, you've got mavericks of coordinators and head coaches that are always willing to try something new and see if it'll stick and see if it'll work or not. And I like that out of them. It's a nice 8-yard gain to set up 3rd and 2 from Christopher Dean there.
Going hurry up at the goal line. And they're going with the play that I think has worked fairly well for them tonight. It's the ISO, which doesn't result in too many yards there, but it picks up the first down on 3rd down, and the drive will continue. Run up the middle. Dean this time can only manage maybe 8 yards. The defense started to key in on it here with just over 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Dean again through the middle. This time picks up 4 yards. He's brought down by Max Jackson and company. That one picks up about 4 yards. Need 5 now for the first down out of the goal line. 9 men in the box here for Vegas. Dean gets a nice block, gets a few more blocks, and that'll pick up about 10, maybe 11 yards, and another first down. And the run, they're the V8s, so the motor is certainly humming now here on this drive. And Christopher Dean trying to go through the middle, makes a couple of blocks. He seems to be tiring out now.
Yeah.
He picks up 4 at midfield, and partner, I'll take a breath. You take over for now. You start
Just
to play like
absolutely. They just keep going with that ISO play. It seems like the only play. Another run up the gut there. This time, Vegas gets a nice stop, pushing them back to the line of scrimmage there. Back to the hurry up, though, goes the V8s. Again, another ISO handoff for Dean. At least he gets a couple yards out of it, but it forces 4th down. And now it might be decision time for Motor City to see if they still want to go for it on 4th here, even down by a boatload.
Pause for both commentators and teams alike, is still a massive gap between the two teams. 33-point advantage here for Vegas. Nothing but pride on the line here for the V8 offense. 4th and 4. A passing play. Who knew? A pass near side here for Clausen. That picks up the first down and steps out of bounds. 2:52 left to go on the game clock.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, Christopher Dean's attempts on the ground shoots up to 21 touches on the ground. I think that was about 8 touches on that hurry-up style that forced that 4th down, and it got him all the way up to, well, it's a respectable 65 yards.
Now he's got 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line after the Clausen first down. Frieda looking over the middle into coverage. There's a penalty. That might be PI. First PI we've seen tonight. Kaufman cut it across the center. Could not get to the football. That'll be 15 yards.
Yeah, it might be Justin Reside with that pass interference coming in from the free safety side. No, they're going to give it to 51 instead.
That's the 3rd-string middle linebacker, Wolfgar Reinhardt. Reinhardt.
The German import, you say?
You say. There's a couple of German-esque imports. I mean, we have Sam Yeager on the defensive line. We've got a couple of different ethnicities represented. Here's Zoltan Marikaner. We've got Yuri Boyka on the field now here for the Fury defense. A lot of heritage on display here. Creata for so much time, takes too much time, and gets sacked in the backfield. That's a loss of about 4 yards on 1st down.
It's just that was a demolishing sack from behind too. Like I felt the wind go out of my lungs on that sack.
Julian Gusters hustles back to the fullback spot, playing there in and pass over the middle is caught by Orain Darby. That picks him another Motor City first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
And get those engines rolling and back to the hurry up.
They're going to look to throw once more. Looks corner route. That's batted away. Incomplete.
It looks like Max Jackson got his hands on the football again, who's had a fantastic game up to this point here with his 2 interceptions. And I believe he has 3 pass deflections in this game as well to go along with his 9 total tackles, 1 sack, and 1 tackle for loss.
Looked like Max Jackson was playing as the slot corner in the last play, taking over for a tired man. Pass deep in the end zone, nearly taken away by Max Jackson. He says, I'm not playing slot corner, I'm playing safety still, and nearly had his 3rd interception.
Yeah, I think he's desperate to get that 3rd interception, and just that's a bump by the butt to get that ref out of the way there to get that interception attempt. Oh, I'm laughing here in the booth.
Well, 3rd and 10, just outside the 2-minute warning from the 12-yard line of Las Vegas. 3 wide receivers here for Creata, trying to give the Motor City faithful something to look forward to possibly. Pass near side is going to be short of the line of gain. That'll bring up 4th down and bring us to the 2-minute warning. Motor City trying to add some positives to this football game. It's been long but over. 52-19, Vegas in front. This is the SFL here on YouTube. Tyler Falk and Brett Killian here in the booth. Justin Reside and Top Kiefer Stats Truck with you this evening. It's a late night, just about here to wrap up first day of week 5. Pass left side is caught in bounds. 1st and goal now here for Shane Kaufman and the V8s.
And the important part here is that, a Booth Revere now we're getting out of this. And you know what? I was thinking that was going to be a close call nonetheless. And we're going to see a replay of this one from the far sideline.
Did Kaufman get 1 foot in bounds? That's all you need here in the SFL. Pass near side. I don't know. That looks very close.
That's really tough to say. I'm going to say maybe a toe out of bounds.
R62, and that will pretty much settle matters here. It is overturned, incomplete pass, turnover on downs for Motor City, and they will be held, at least for now, under 20 points this evening. And the Fury now come out with all the backups. Out comes now under center is Matthew Woodward, the backup quarterback, and there's Hubba Kimbrell. First time we've seen him in about 2 weeks. He gets his first carry, first touch of a football in 2 weeks. He goes backward.
Yeah, and right now, again, it's just, reps for this last minute here for this minute and 49 seconds for this Las Vegas offense, and see if they can get anything out of this. Pretty close to your own goal line, so you don't want to, push it too far back. See if you can get at least a first down out of it.
11, Woodward under center, goes to Kimbrell through the middle. He picks up the yard he lost and a couple more. It brings up third down. Motor City still playing like their lives depend on it. They call their second timeout of the ball game.
Yeah, and you might as well use those timeouts, because if you can get, one more possession to see if you can, get some more plays under you offensively, and just, get that positive feeling coming out of this game despite losing.
Kimbrell, third carry of the ball game, cannot escape the tackle from Mark Kaufman, who tag teamed alongside Panani. That will stop the offensive production for now, and that will more than likely mean that the Fury will not surpass their franchise record. It'll be another tie for 52 points in a football game. For the
Even then, 52 points is an outstanding number to score in a football game. Putting up a 50 burger against any team is just a great showing of offense.
One is away from McRack, and another fantastic punt. Clausen can only get to the 49-yard line. That is where the V8 return will start up. And we had one final time up to the Pacific Northwest. Cam, what happened in Vancouver?
Tyler, Vancouver 12 yards away from tying or potentially taking the lead. Christian Brown throws an interception. Dale McLean takes it back, and Portland takes charge of the Pacific, their first win over Vancouver in 6 tries. You rise for the finish in Vegas.
Thank you, Cam. That is a massive shakeup here in the SFL. Portland takes down Vancouver. That is incredibly surprising. Partner, I feel bad for you. You get your 100th touchdown in that ball game, but your team just cannot finish the job. Unfortunately, the quarterback pass near side, caught first down, out of bounds. Zorain Darby.
The thing is that Vancouver has essentially dominated the Pacific Division since the SFL broke off into multi-divisions, and it's good to see, some competition. And now Portland have that lead right now. Now the goal for them is to secure that first place position. You've got the lead now. The challenge here is to keep that lead.
So Motor City, after tonight, depending on what Queen City does later this weekend, will find themselves still sitting in third position of the North Division. As for the Fury, well, if Arizona slips up tomorrow afternoon, the Fury could very well find themselves right around the top of the West Division at 4-1. Here comes Create on a deep pass over the middle. That is caught. Darby with the catch. He's at the 8-yard line. Now the V8's looking to tack home only maybe their second touchdown of the ball game. They hustle back to the line. Create is going to try and spike this football, and he does. 45 seconds to go.
Yeah, and going back to the situation here in the West, again, when you've got two teams now at 3-1, and then Arizona potentially in a bit of a trap game against London. They've been underperforming this season and want to get back to their ways, so this could potentially be a trap game. So Arizona has to be ready for anything that London gives them.
Second and goal, Creata. Looking to throw, pressure coming, left side, great catch. Another fantastic catch from Kaufman, but is ruled out of bounds. Oh no, and it's third and goal.
Oh, and yeah, this is the right call. The Boost making the review there. You had the same idea as I did. I think that's a touchdown, but seeing from that far out, it's tough to say from when we're in this position of the booth. Let's see the replay here.
One more look under the hood. Kaufman got it. He's had a couple of ballerina catches. Come on, R62. Give Motor City a little bit of credit tonight.
The pass has been ruled complete.
There we go. Touchdown, Motor City. Shane Kaufman has done exceptionally well. He and Caleb Richards, the two players of the game for Motor City tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, the bright spot of this Motor City offense has been Shane Kaufman. Now he ends up with 15 receptions, a buck 16 receptions for 180 yards and a touchdown, or 2 touchdowns now. Just fantastic work from Kaufman all around to help, this Motor City offense, as the extra point is good from Caleb Richards to make it 52-26 in this affair. That has to be a scoregami for the SFL.
We'll have to double check our records, but Motor City now with exactly half the amount of points of Las Vegas, 52-26. And here comes Richards to try and get the onside kick late on in the game. Pick is up. Hans team does its job for Vegas. They'll hold on safely at the Motor City 39, and we will see more than likely 1, maybe possibly 2 kneel downs from Matthew Woodward, and that should be that here in week number 5 for Fury and the V8s. Well, for maybe one final time, they're on the 39-yard line, 39 seconds to go. Woodward on the center takes the knee, and the clock will be left to drain here in week 5 as the Fury will move to 3-1, a very strong start for them this season. Motor City, it is now 4 straight losses after the opening week win. They fall to 1-4. The Fury will go on to, I don't want to say host, because that's not what they're going to do. The Fury will they will host the Arizona Scorpions next week in week 6, and the V8s, they will host Queen City back in Detroit, Michigan, as final whistle is blown, 52-26. Fury, a thrashing of the V8s.
Yeah, just an all-around, I would say, fantastic offensive effort from Las Vegas through and through. They might have lost in the total yards battle, but it was just overall consistency throughout this game from Las Vegas. They didn't put the foot off the gas, and they just kept scoring when they could. And it was from Eric Price, who found his guys very well, the main contributor being Doug Britton. 5 touchdowns from Price to 4 different receivers, and Scott Johnson getting involved every now and again to get some big plays out of that too. That is what you want out of, I would say, an almost perfect style offense, and Motor City just simply couldn't keep up. They had too many instances where it just felt like they were falling behind, and you saw that on drives. There are certain drives that ended in the negatives, and that's what you can't have against the Las Vegas offense that scores at will. So it's just an all-around effort from Las Vegas, a traditional Las Vegas game and Las Vegas victory, and now they're going to focus on next week against Arizona, their biggest matchup of the season so far. We're just only 4 games in for these clubs here. So right now, it's all about next week for both teams.
All right, partner. So the Fury throw the V8s out of the casino. It's time to start talking who impressed us the most. How about for Motor City, your most impressive player? I think there's a coin toss between 2. Maybe you've got a third on you.
Well, we talked about Shane Kaufman and Caleb Richards being, integral parts of the team. But later down the stage, Orain Darby, follow up with a very nice game against Arizona last week and gave himself a 100-plus yard game himself. So he isn't someone to be forgotten. But Shane Kaufman is clearly the standout player for Motor City in this game.
And is it just a one-horse race for Las Vegas? Does Eric Price get your nod for player of the game?
I actually disagree with you. I'm going to give it to Doug Britton because he was involved in a lot of key catches, a lot of tough catches as well, and there's not a lot of receivers that can do the same work that Britton has done over these last 2 weeks. He's a guy, you know, that's guaranteed to be an all-star at this point. It'll probably go to Price, but mine is Doug Britton.
And he did also have that kick return touchdown, but it is Eric Price. 5 touchdowns on the evening, just over 300 yards, 24-36, 109.3 QBR. For Justin Raside and Top Kiefer in the stats truck, for Cameron Irvine back at SFL headquarters, and for my partner, Brett Killian, I've been Tyler Falk. We hope to see you tomorrow in about maybe less than 12 hours for kickoff for more Week 5 action of the SFL. Until then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Ready?